Arthritis doesn't just change how your body feels, it changes how your life moves. One day, you're getting out of bed without thinking, twisting open a jar, taking a long walk just because you feel like it. And then, almost without warning, every little thing starts asking you for strength you didn't even know you needed. Every simple movement becomes a decision. It's exhausting, it's lonely, and sometimes it feels like your own body is slowly building walls around you. But here's the thing most people never hear. Healing doesn't always start with pills or clinics. Sometimes it starts with what's already on your plate. The food you choose can either quietly fuel the fire of inflammation or help put it out. It's not about chasing perfect diets or cutting out everything you love. It's about small, steady shifts, little things that fit naturally into your life. Changes that don't just sound good in theory, but actually feel good when you move, stretch, and live. Today, I'm going to show you 3 powerful plant-based proteins that can help ease joint pain, fight inflammation, and maybe, just maybe, give you a little more of your freedom back. One of them has been compared to natural therapy. Another is so gentle and nourishing it feels like your body is saying thank you with every bite. And the third? It's a humble little hero hiding in plain sight, and it just might surprise you. These aren't miracle fixes. They're real simple foods you can start using right now, without waiting for prescriptions, approvals, or permission. Because healing doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it starts quietly, at your own kitchen table. Stay with me, because the next few minutes could start to change everything. Number 1, lentils. The quiet strength your joints are waiting for. Sometimes, the strongest heroes are the ones you barely notice. No shiny packaging, no flashy labels, just quiet strength, waiting on a dusty shelf. Lentils are exactly that kind of hero. Small, humble, almost invisible among all the colorful foods around them. But don't be fooled. Inside these little grains is a kind of natural medicine your joints have been craving. If moving has started to feel stiff, painful, or like your body's working against you, lentils are the quiet allies you didn't even know you needed. Sometimes, small changes in what you eat can lead to big changes in how you feel, and lentils are a perfect place to start. One of the reasons lentils make such a difference is their high magnesium content. Magnesium may not get as much attention as some other nutrients, but it's essential when it comes to managing stiffness and discomfort. When your magnesium levels are low, which happens more often than you might think, muscles stay tense, joints feel tighter, and even small movements can feel harder than they should. Lentils provide a steady, natural source of magnesium, giving your muscles the support they need to relax and move more freely. Over time, this small boost can ease the hidden tension that builds up around your joints, helping you move with less strain and more confidence. And magnesium is just the beginning of what lentils have to offer. They're also an excellent source of potassium, a mineral that plays a key role in reducing swelling and maintaining healthy fluid balance in the body. When sodium builds up from processed foods or certain medications, it can cause your body to hold on to extra water, making joints feel heavier, stiffer, and more inflamed. Potassium helps counteract that. It encourages the body to release excess fluids naturally, easing the pressure on joints and reducing the uncomfortable puffiness that so many people with arthritis experience. Including potassium-rich foods like lentils in your meals is one of the simplest ways to support easier, lighter movement day to day. But it doesn't stop there. Lentils are also packed with folate, an important B vitamin that many people don't get enough of, especially as they age. Folate helps regulate levels of homocysteine in the blood, a compound that, when elevated, can increase inflammation throughout the body. By helping to keep homocysteine in check, folate gives your joints another layer of quiet protection, working in the background to lower one of the hidden triggers of pain and stiffness. And because folate supports healthy cell repair and regeneration, It also plays a role in helping the body recover from daily wear and tear. Another important reason lentils are so valuable: they offer a clean, plant-based source of protein. Protein isn't just for building muscles. It's crucial for maintaining the strength and stability of the tissues that support your joints. Lentils provide this without the downside that can sometimes come with heavy animal-based proteins, which may trigger additional inflammation in sensitive bodies. With lentils, you get the nourishment your joints need, without adding more strain or hidden risks. And finally, lentils deliver a powerful dose of fiber. Fiber does more than support digestion. It helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is directly connected to inflammation. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, it can quietly fan the flames of inflammation inside your body, making pain and stiffness worse. By keeping blood sugar steady, fiber helps create a calmer internal environment, making it easier for your joints and your whole body to function smoothly. So when you bring lentils into your meals, you're not just filling your plate. You're giving your body the steady support it needs to fight inflammation from multiple angles, gently, consistently, and naturally. It's a quiet kind of help, but sometimes that's exactly the kind that makes the biggest difference. Let me tell you about Carol, a 71-year-old woman who had always been active and discovered this firsthand. She loved long walks, mornings spent in her garden, bustling around her kitchen. Movement was her freedom, until arthritis slowly started to take it away. Getting out of bed became a quiet struggle. Shoes became a battle. Even stirring her coffee felt like lifting weights. She wasn't looking for another pill. She simply wanted her mornings back. The easy, ordinary mornings she used to move through without a second thought. Carol decided to make one small change. She started adding lentils to her meals 3 times a week. Nothing complicated, just simple soups, salads, and stews. Within a month, mornings felt lighter. She could stand up without that heavy, sinking feeling. Opening jars didn't make her wince. And slowly, the simple movements she once took for granted began to feel natural again. It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't overnight. It was just a small, steady shift, powered by one humble handful of lentils at a time. And while every person's journey is unique, small choices like Carol's remind us that sometimes healing begins with something as simple as what's already on your plate. Before we move on, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you for choosing to spend a little of your time here with me today. If you're enjoying the video so far, feel free to type 1 in the comments, and if not, type 0. It really helps me to create even better, more helpful content for you moving forward. Number 2, chickpeas, anti-inflammatory power in every bite. Chickpeas might seem like a simple food, but when it comes to supporting your joints and calming inflammation, they're a quiet powerhouse you don't want to overlook. Just like lentils, chickpeas are an excellent source of plant-based protein. Protein is crucial for maintaining strong muscles, and strong muscles take pressure off your joints, helping you move with less strain and more ease. And because chickpeas are plant-based, they offer that strength without triggering the kind of inflammation that some animal proteins can cause. The real magic of chickpeas goes beyond protein. They're packed with polyphenols, natural compounds that act as antioxidants, protecting your joints from oxidative stress and slowing down inflammatory processes at the cellular level. The more you protect your cells from damage, the better your joints can resist the wear and tear of everyday life. Chickpeas are also a fantastic source of magnesium, a mineral that plays a critical role in relaxing muscles and calming nerves. When your magnesium levels are where they should be, muscles stay looser, joints feel less stiff, and movement becomes more fluid. Another key benefit hiding inside chickpeas is fiber. A high-fiber diet helps stabilize blood sugar levels, and keeping blood sugar steady is essential for controlling inflammation. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, it can silently fuel inflammatory processes in the body, making arthritis symptoms worse. Fiber helps smooth out those spikes, offering another layer of protection for your joints. Chickpeas also naturally contain vitamin C, which supports the production of collagen, the protein that helps maintain strong, flexible cartilage in your joints. When your cartilage stays healthy, your joints move more smoothly, with less friction and less pain. Chickpeas on their own are powerful, but pairing them with the right ingredients can make their benefits even stronger. For example, combining chickpeas with foods rich in vitamin C, like fresh lemon juice, bell peppers, or tomatoes, helps your body absorb iron more efficiently. Iron is critical for energy, circulation, and muscle health, all of which support easier movement and better joint function. Adding chickpeas to dishes with leafy greens like spinach, arugula, or kale brings even more magnesium, folate, and antioxidants to the table. This combination further strengthens your joints, helps regulate inflammation, and supports overall muscle recovery. If you love roasted chickpeas as a snack, try tossing them with a little turmeric. But don't forget to add black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound, but on its own, it's not absorbed very well. When combined with black pepper, curcumin absorption increases by up to 20 times, giving your body a much stronger anti-inflammatory boost with every bite. Another simple way to maximize the benefits is to drizzle chickpeas with extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is rich in oleocanthal, a natural compound that acts similarly to anti-inflammatory medications, helping to reduce joint pain and swelling in a gentle, natural way. Chickpeas are one of the easiest foods to bring into your routine. You can toss them into salads for an extra boost of protein and fiber. You can blend them into hummus with a squeeze of lemon for a creamy, anti-inflammatory snack. You can stir them into soups and stews, roast them for a crunchy topping, or even mash them into patties for simple, nourishing burgers. If you're using canned chickpeas, make sure to rinse them well to reduce excess sodium. If you have the time, cooking dried chickpeas from scratch gives you an even cleaner taste and better control over texture. Whether you add them to hearty stews or fresh, crisp salads, chickpeas are a simple, affordable way to nourish your body, support your joints, and make every movement feel a little lighter. But real results don't always come right away. And sometimes, it's not just what you eat, but how you prepare it that makes the difference. Take George, for example, a 77-year-old man who decided to add chickpeas to his diet after hearing about their benefits for joint health. He started eating them a few times a week, usually just straight from a can without much thought. Weeks went by, and to his disappointment, he didn't feel much change. The stiffness was still there. The little aches in his knees still showed up every time he climbed the stairs. He was frustrated. But his daughter, who had been learning about nutrition, gently pointed something out. It wasn't just about adding chickpeas. It was about activating their benefits. She showed him how rinsing canned chickpeas thoroughly, combining them with fresh lemon juice, leafy greens, and a little drizzle of olive oil could make a real difference. She explained how vitamin C from the lemon would help his body absorb iron, how greens would boost the anti-inflammatory effect, and how olive oil would add even more joint-supporting compounds. George gave it another try, but this time he changed how he ate them. Not just chickpeas alone, but chickpeas combined with the right partners. And slowly, over the next few weeks, mornings started to feel a little different. Standing up wasn't such a stiff, slow battle. His knees didn't protest quite as loudly. It wasn't dramatic, but it was real. Sometimes it's not about doing more. It's about doing things better. You don't have to move mountains to change your life. You just have to move, one small choice at a time. And over days, those choices grow roots you can't even see yet. Number 3, tofu, gentle strength for your joints. At first glance, tofu might seem underwhelming. It's soft, pale, and easy to overlook in a world full of colorful, bold flavors. But behind its quiet appearance, tofu delivers exactly what aging joints and tired muscles quietly crave: real, steady support. Made from soybeans, tofu is one of the few plant-based sources of complete protein. It provides all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to maintain and repair the muscles, tendons, and connective tissues that protect your joints. When your muscles stay strong and flexible, they help lighten the load on your joints, reducing pressure, easing discomfort, and supporting smoother movement with less strain. But the benefits of tofu don't stop at protein. Tofu is also a natural source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for calming chronic inflammation. Omega-3s help reduce joint swelling, ease stiffness, and support a healthier inflammatory response throughout the body. It's not an instant fix, but with time, a steady supply of omega-3s can help your joints feel freer and more resilient. Another quiet strength of tofu lies in its calcium content. Calcium is crucial for keeping bones dense and strong. When bone health declines, joints are forced to absorb more impact, accelerating wear and tear. By including calcium-rich foods like tofu in your meals, you help build a stronger, more stable framework to protect your joints from within. Many tofu varieties are also fortified with vitamin D, a nutrient that's critical for absorbing calcium properly and keeping the immune system balanced. Vitamin D doesn't just protect bones, it also helps regulate inflammatory responses that affect joint tissues, making it a double win for anyone living with arthritis. And finally, tofu contains isoflavones, plant compounds found naturally in soy that offer gentle anti-inflammatory support. Isoflavones have been shown to help reduce joint pain and swelling, especially during periods of hormonal changes that can make arthritis symptoms worse. They work quietly in the background, helping the body maintain flexibility, stability, and strength. One of the things that makes tofu so valuable is how versatile and low stress it is to add to your diet. You don't need complicated techniques or special skills. It absorbs flavors beautifully, meaning you can season it however you like. Whether you toss it into a stir-fry, bake it until it's crisp outside and soft inside, blend it into a creamy soup, or crumble it into salads, tofu quietly fits into almost any meal. It's not about reinventing the way you eat. It's about finding simple, steady ways to nourish your body with foods that support how you want to feel. Tofu doesn't shout for attention. It just quietly does the work, helping your joints stay strong, your movements stay fluid, and your everyday life feel a little easier. Real change often starts with the smallest, quietest choices. And sometimes, it looks like something as simple as a block of tofu. Soft, steady, and full of the kind of support your body has been asking for all along. Let me introduce you to Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who never thought she'd be eating tofu. For most of her life, tofu was something she passed by in the grocery store without a second glance. She loved real food, hearty soups, home-baked bread, simple meals made with love. But as arthritis slowly tightened its grip on her mornings, making small tasks like brushing her hair or opening jars feel frustrating and painful, Margaret realized something had to change. She wasn't looking for a magic fix. She didn't want to give up everything she loved. She just wanted to make her days feel a little easier again. So she started small. She added tofu to the meals she already enjoyed, a few soft cubes in her vegetable soup, a handful stirred into her roasted vegetables, a spoonful blended into a simple stew. At first, the changes were almost too subtle to notice. But over the next few weeks, Margaret began to feel a difference. Her hands, once stiff and slow in the mornings, moved more freely. Pulling on her coat didn't require a second thought. Opening a heavy door no longer felt like lifting weights. It wasn't a complete transformation. Some days were still harder than others, but the heaviness was lifting, not all at once, but steadily, quietly. And it all started with one small shift, giving her body the quiet, consistent support it had been asking for, hidden inside a food she once thought had nothing to offer. And that's the real power of small changes. You don't have to overhaul your entire life to feel a difference. You don't have to give up everything you love or chase complicated solutions. Sometimes it's the small choices, the ones that seem almost too simple to matter, that quietly reshape your days. Lentils, chickpeas, tofu. These aren't miracle foods. They're steady, reliable allies. Each meal you choose to nourish yourself with gives your body one more reason to keep moving, healing, and supporting you from the inside out. And over time, those small acts of care can build into something stronger than arthritis itself. The quiet return of freedom, comfort, and strength. One meal, one step, one day at a time. There will still be hard mornings. There will still be days when stiffness lingers longer than you'd like. But every nourishing choice you make is like planting another seed of strength. And even if you don't notice the change immediately, your body does. Healing isn't always loud. It doesn't always announce itself with big milestones or dramatic improvements. Often it moves slowly, gently rebuilding what pain once tried to take away. And that's the beautiful part. Because when you look back, weeks or months from now, you might realize the life you missed, the freedom you thought was slipping away, it's still there, waiting for you to take it back, one simple step at a time. If you found these small changes inspiring, I'd love for you to stick around. Make sure to subscribe for more natural ways to support your health. Here, it's never about perfection. It's about progress, about kindness to yourself, and about finding real ways to support the life you deserve. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one small thing you'd like to try to make your joints feel a little better? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else too. Until next time, take care, and give your legs the support they need to fight cramps and stiffness.